just jump right in.
Oh, baby.
Welcome to the Steve and Andy Show with your hosts, Steve Leibel and Andrea Lutz.
Will there ever be a smooth beginning to our show?
Do you think somebody will ever cheer for that, like that for us in real life?
I was thinking about this because I've been thinking about our upcoming show because this has been on my mind, this comedy routine that we have to do. And I was thinking, like, how great would that feel? A bunch of applause when you're done, like the place just goes crazy. Like, what must it feel like to be Dave Chappelle and have hundreds of thousands of people just going nuts after a show?
Yeah, that'd be wild.
Like, I can't even imagine. Like, I could see as a rock star or as a music performer, but as a comedian, I would feel like that would be pinnacle. Wouldn't that be pretty cool?
That'd be pretty cool. I'm just hoping for like even just one
laugh.
Ha! Like you tell a joke and somebody goes, ha!
Like it's so funny they can't contain it.
Like just one ha. It doesn't even have to be a ha 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 ha. It just has to be a ha.
Oh yeah? Yeah. Yeah, I think just even to hear anybody laugh, I think would be a good start. Like it really made me think when we talked to Quick Dick and we were asking him about his first show. And he said the first time he bombed, and I was shocked to hear that. But it didn't seem to bother him at all.
No, I think that's just par for the course. We're probably going to bomb.
Well, I know, like, logically, I know that. Yeah. Logically, I know a lot of things, but emotionally, I get myself all amped up with nervous expectation, you know? And then you have an idea of your head how it's going to go, and it never goes that way.
No.
So I'm trying to mentally prepare myself to not hear a bunch of laughter. I think that's a good idea.
That's probably a smart way of thinking about it. That's only a week away.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know. And I only have vague ideas so far and a grand idea of how well I'm going to do.
Right. Do you have a set coming together?
I have a good string of ideas. I have no idea how much material I have. Like I have to actually go through it and write it out and start saying it out loud. So you know how long it takes to say it. Because I don't know if I have 5 minutes of material or 30 seconds of material or 15 minutes.
Or 15 minutes. And everybody's like,
get off the stage. Well, I think I'd be able to read the crowd enough to know when it's my time to go. Don't you think?
You're just killing it.
Yeah.
It's like, Kelly, sit down. I got another 10 minutes in me. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing him, though. He's hilarious.
Yeah,
he
is.
My God. He cracks the whole room up.
Yeah.
I'm expecting crying laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people can relate to him.
Yes.
He's like a good old Saskatchewan. I think he was a farm boy. Was he a farm boy?
I don't know that.
But he was definitely a hockey kid.
Yeah.
So he can relate on that level to a lot of people and just living in Saskatchewan in general.
Yeah, just growing up as a young 18-year-old boy in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
He's got lots of those types of stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think, I've only seen him live once. I've watched some of his stuff on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the main stuff he talks about that he relates to people about?
I think just like...
Because as you get older, like your stories change.
Yeah.
So does he joke about his kids now?
I don't know. And he's probably got some new stuff since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Pandemic material. Do you have any pandemic material? Are you getting into
no,
that?
I'm not.
Like,
no.
What's your angle? Are you gonna?
It's
what do you
it's
think?
a surprise.
I don't
even want to talk about it because
really?
I've got about three jokes. I got kind of two premises that I'm working with. And I'm hoping to get like 5 or 6 kind of haha laughs.
Yeah.
And then okay, see you later.
Okay, do you think you're going to be really nervous to get out there? Because you're used to talking.
Yeah, I don't
people.
think I'll be nervous.
Like you're used to being on mic and
Yeah.
in front of a crowd.
Yeah, I've emceed some weddings and some events and stuff like that, and DJ'd. Yeah,
And you announce a bunch of stuff all the time. See, I think I'm gonna be nervous and choke.
like just freeze up.
I
like
don't
just
know.
Freeze.
Well, look at what happened to me the other night when we tried to tape the show and we weren't live.
Yeah.
And I freaked out because it was different.
Well, it's gonna be live. It's gonna be live in front of 100 people.
Maybe I'll be better in front of the crowd because I like being able to. I feel like I'm talking to people.
I think you'll get ramped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be excited. It'll be fun. The good thing is it's all people who know us, right? So they're pretty supportive.
Well, is it going to be, I was thinking about that the other day. It's either going to be good that we know everybody or it's going to be bad.
Well, why? Are you planning on telling personal stories that will...
I'm not telling personal stories, but
Well,
everybody
why
kind of
would it be
knows. I don't know. It just, I don't want to be too comfortable in front of them. Actually, some of the jokes that I'm planning on telling or the stories that I'm planning on telling are going to be very specific to Tisdale and to this crowd.
That's your angle.
That's my angle.
Your angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, like if I went to Saskatoon and Yuck Yucks, I would totally bomb.
Because nobody's going to get it.
Yeah.
So are you going to talk about, because we have the opportunity of knowing most of the people that are going to be in the crowd. So are you going to have jokes about people that are going to be there? Are you going to go that way?
No, I'm not gonna call anybody out.
No, not call anybody out, but are you going to like mention people or trying to relate to certain people?
No.
Like, do you have go-to people that you know you can get a cheap laugh out of? Are you cheating?
No, I'm not cheating. I'm not cheating.
You're cheating.
No. I'm gonna say some things that I think are funny that I know my buddies might think are gonna be funny. So
you're manipulating the crowd. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, my angle is interesting, but I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
You don't even care.
I do care.
Okay, so enough about the comedy show. So that's what we're going to be doing all next week is practicing. Hopefully. What else? We're not working next week.
Yeah, it's we got a week off. Starting today. Yeah. You got any plans?
No.
For the week?
I'm normally a normal person would get all excited about having a week and weekend off. Like that's a long time. And I don't know what the hell to do with myself. I'm going to actually have to work on my projects and not get distracted by other things. Yeah. I've got a lot of time to myself to kill. This is new for me.
Yep.
My kids are gone this weekend, so I'm gonna take this time to really work on my stuff.
Yes.
And I'm excited about this comedy thing.
It'll be good.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good.
Long time. How is it going? What is that?
I'm like, what are you doing?
I'm just reading a comment. Sorry. Great content.
So you were showing me a video earlier.
Yeah. Which one? The Freedom Rally thing?
Yeah.
Is that what we want to talk about?
Well, I don't know.
Kate, what did you think of that?
Okay, I saw something on Facebook about it. Somebody said something about RCMP trampling an old lady in a walker. This is what I read on Facebook, but I didn't see any video. And then I got here and you had the video just queued up and ready to go.
What's your first reaction to that?
I don't know. I'm going to piss people off when I say this, but my first reaction is you guys are idiots. When I see a bunch of big horses, I get the F out of the way. Like if you're just standing there and like pushing against the horses, you're going to get run over. If you don't get out of the way, you're going to get trampled by a horse. Who's the stupid one there? Like, what are you doing? That's my first reaction. I don't care what the setting is or what the premise is or whatever. There's a big horse. You're going to get out of the way. Boil it down or you deserve to get hurt. That's what I think.
Jesus.
Well, come on. It's a big horse. It's not like it came out of nowhere. They saw these horses coming.
But you think it's okay for the RCMP to be downtown just storming horses through those crowds?
I mean, don't they have right to defend the territory?
They're not doing anything though. Those protesters are peaceful protesters. They're not looting.
They're not trespassing.
They're in public. They're in public spaces.
Okay.
They're occupying public streets. They maybe shouldn't be there like it might be against the law to occupy those public spaces.
They're breaking the law.
But they're peacefully protesting, and that's their right.
Okay.
So for these RCMP to go in there and to just start running people over with horses, like that's a little extreme.
Well, I never said it wasn't extreme. I'm just saying when there's a big horse coming at you, you get out of the way. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're right or wrong. I'm saying if you're worried about your own personal safety, you're going to get out of the way when a horse is coming towards you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah. like I'm not trying to come off as saying like these people are right and these people are wrong, whatever. Yeah. I'm not anti anybody. I'm not pro anybody except for maybe being anti Trudeau. I'll give you that. But if a big horse is coming at you, you're going to get out of the way or you choose the consequence.
Well, there was a little bit of standing their ground going on there too, right? Well, like there was a little bit of a standoff.
Okay.
And the fact that they just bowled through him with a horse was, I thought, a little aggressive. But
so you're saying there's absolutely no grounds for them
to run people over with horses? No, there's no grounds for that to happen.
Not run people over with, okay, yeah, I know, okay. Not run people over
that
with
looks
horses.
Bad on the RCMP. That's a bad move.
100%. It's like it's using brutal force.
I don't know if it was the RCMP or if it was Ottawa City Police. Before I just run RCMP through
this is all fake news ringer. We're talking about here. Don't quote us on anything.
But you don't, the thing about that is you won't see that on any news outlet.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
It's been leaked everywhere. You don't think any news is
it won't be on CTV, it won't be on CBC, it won't be on Global, it won't be on it. And if it is, I'd love for somebody to prove me wrong and say, yeah, it was on one of those things. But I guarantee you won't see that video on any mainstream news outlet.
Well,
which is kind of disappointing that they're not even talking about it.
Do you know what I think is a little bit ironic? And maybe I'm making a weird conjecture here, but okay. So we get mad about real news or things that certain people want to keep off mainstream media not being played, right? Like that video.
Right.
We're saying mainstream media is not going to play that. But yet, okay, then you have Joe Rogan being censored. Like he said the other day, white men aren't allowed to talk anymore. So do you see the parallel between that of like, okay, in one sense we're censoring everybody, but in the other sense we want everything to be seen and heard and shared with the world?
Well, I think a mainstream media,
like censorship, one is right and one is wrong.
Well, but the media should be covering both sides of the story. If they're gonna cover that type of content, like the stuff that makes you angry, they should cover both sides of the story, or they should just put the news on there. Like,
okay,
this is going on, this is what's happening. But if they're gonna show shit like Sandy's can't sleep and hasn't slept for 10 weeks because the horns are blaring and she's getting sick and it has to stop, and okay, I like that point of view and I want to see that, but you also you have to show the truckers out there giving food to the homeless, and there's a bunch of people out there singing "Oh Canada" and having church services and being peaceful.
Right? I agree. Okay, but then now take it to the Joe Rogan situation. So there's things that people do want to hear and don't want to hear. Just like there's people like you're saying do want to see and don't want to see. It's censorship in both aspects. Do you get what I'm saying here?
No.
Like Joe Rogan, people are mad at him for things he said and views he had and whatever.
And people he had on his podcast.
And whatever. And people think that should be censored. That shouldn't be allowed to be shown.
Right.
because it makes them mad and it goes against things they believe, right? So you're kind of saying the same thing about the news. Only certain things are being shown.
Right. They are.
Yeah. So you think that's right or
no,
wrong?
that's wrong.
But a lot of people think it's right. And a lot of the same people that think Joe Rogan shouldn't be able to say and do the things that he is saying and doing
are watching CBC News.
Or
right?
Yeah. Censorship.
It's bad. Man, I don't know what to honestly, I don't know what to do anymore to get news. You can't go to the news outlets. I literally have 5 places I go to try to find some semblance of what's actually happening. And then you go on Twitter and it all gets blown up and like, no, this is what's happening. It's like, well, is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Or is what, like, it's just a mind.
Well, this is the problem.
Fuck.
This is the total problem in the world right now is there's so many opinions, but everything is an opinion. Nothing is actual real news because everything is just the view of the person whose lens it's going through. Every single person has their own personal reality.
Yep.
So there is no such thing as news. It's different perspective no matter who's watching it.
Yes.
So fake news doesn't exist. It's all real news because a lot of the people who are spreading fake news believe the news. So
right.
To them, it's not fake. To you, it's fake. To them, it's not fake.
It's real news with their own spin on it.
Yeah, which
right?
is everything.
Yeah.
So do you think, it's not human nature. Human nature's always been the same. It's now technology and the ability for us to have so much access to so many different perspectives and views.
Right.
It used to be you couldn't just Google and find 6,000 opinions about something. You went down to church and you talked to your 8 people at church or your 20 people at the church supper, and those were the opinions you got, and everybody kind of had the same opinions because you're all in a small community.
Or you went home and you watched CTV News and you got the news, right?
News.
Whereas now CTV and CBC or you watch one of those two in Canada, right? But now those 2 news outlets have to compete with the Twitters and they have to compete with the Rebel Newses and they have to compete with the independent journalists and they have to compete with all these things. So how are they having to compete? Well, it's like, okay, how do we get clicks? How do we get people watching our program? Is we got to have all these opinion pieces because that's what people want now.
Yeah.
They don't want the news, so they think. It's like, because that's what when you're scrolling through the internet, you're like, oh, that's an outrageous thing. Let's click on that. And then you're reading it and you get mad and you're like, well, now you click on another thing.
And then it's addicting.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, well, I just made another few $100.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to change unless we just all stop watching the news and get back to living our lives, which I'm hoping once the pandemic is over, which it seems like it's starting to come to an end, that we do get back to our lives and we start going out and golfing and going over and having house parties with our friends and going and having birthday parties and going and having weddings and stuff like that. And we don't pay attention to the internet and the news and Twitter and Instagram and all that shit.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was telling you. That's kind of that's my jam, is just being head in the sand Sally. And I like to ignore all politics if possible and really confrontation at any point.
Right.
I don't like it. I like when everybody gets along and we can all just have a good time and laugh. So hopefully that's in the cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I have straight hair tonight.
Yeah.
I was curling it all week long because the friggin' the heat and the dry air has been making it so staticky.
Mm-hmm.
So I was curling it the other day and I had it wrapped around the wand and the wand just snapped. I burnt my neck.
Okay.
I got this.
Okay, hold on.
I have this huge curling iron. Did you think it
That's
was a
what
hickey?
it is? Yeah, okay.
Did you think it was a hickey?
Yeah, I did.
Tonight when I showed up here?
Honestly, 5 minutes ago. Honestly, it was 5 minutes ago. I was trying to like, holy fuck. I'm like, is that a goddamn hickey on your neck?
And you weren't going to ask?
Well, you didn't tell me because I think if it was a hickey, you probably would have told me before the thing. Before we started. But you did it. And I'm like, oh my God, what were you doing last night?
Oh man, no, not even. I've been pretty dry in that
Should we show
area.
everybody?
Can you even see?
If you got to turn that way a little bit more.
I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, that doesn't look like a hickey. A hickey's more. That's a burn.
Well, if you would feel it, you could feel that it's blistering.
Oh,
It's definitely not a hickey. No.
Maybe just really good at sucking.
I didn't even get anything good out of this deal. No. Although I did go on a date on Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay. We're going to talk about that?
We're going to talk about that.
How was it?
I keep bumping the table. It was nice. We went to the spot. We went for supper. It was a blind date.
Mm-hmm.
I had never met this person before. But he had the balls to ask, and he seemed like a very nice person. And I checked him out. I checked out his background material, and he seemed like a normal guy. So I did go on a date on Valentine's Day. It did not lead anywhere. It did not lead to this hickey.
Is it going to lead to date number 2?
It's not going to lead to date number 2.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But not because
hopefully he's not watching tonight.
Well, he might be, and we had a good conversation about it. It's not because he's not a nice guy.
Right.
I'm not there.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna put my energy into beating a comedian. Giving myself hickeys on a Friday night.
Oh man.
Yeah. But also on Valentine's Day, I got a good dick in. I was joking around because we had our interview with Quick Dick.
Right.
I told him, I messaged him after. He said, thanks for the show.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And I said, at least I can say I got a little bit of dick on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
But it wasn't that kind. It was the quick dick.
Some girls like it like that.
Really?
I don't know.
Who? All the girls you've dated?
Yeah. Which is, you can count them on this many fingers.
I don't know. I've never liked a quick dick till the one I met on Monday.
No.
Anyways, let's stop talking about dick.
Okay.
I sent my dad a link to our quick dick video.
Okay.
I don't know if he watched it, but I definitely didn't hear anything back about it. I can't remember. I didn't go back and watch it, but I can't remember. Did I say anything super inappropriate?
No, I don't think so.
I might have swore a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
okay.
Dave Paintshow and I were talking this morning about the F word. I can't remember how it came up. Anyways, I was talking about swears that I like to say that feel good.
Yeah.
And, bullshit. I said bullshit just feels so good to say, doesn't it? It's like a full word.
It's 2 syllables.
Full-bodied
Yeah.
swear.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
I like bullshit
Yeah,
too, actually.
yeah.
That's a good one.
Like, it feels good coming out of your mouth.
yeah.
But then we were talking about the F word, and he was saying, and like we had this conversation once about it, that it's like a lazy word. Like, if you use
it all the time.
it all the time,
Yeah.
when it becomes just your go-to word, it's like you're just being lazy. You can't.
Yeah, because it can be a verb or
articulate
a
yourself.
noun or an
Yeah.
adjective. It could be so many different things.
Yeah.
And you just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he was talking about Kelly Taylor. He said he has a whole set on the F word.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, I think so. Like how it can be used, all the different ways it can be used.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Dave's not coming.
No, he's going to be, I think they're going to be away.
Oh, because it's
At first,
family day.
when Carmen said she was coming, and then Dave's like, yeah, me too, get me a table. And then right away he's like, oh, no, I can't. They're going to be gone. No, it's not family day. Monday's family day.
Well, it's the family week, I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good. I was just looking through the guest list or the people that are coming. And
because you're trying to cheat.
It's a good crew.
It is.
We got a lot of. It's going to be a good party.
It's going to be so much fun. I know that's what me and Caleb have been so excited about because we haven't been able to go out and have a good time and laugh and dance. Like I'm going to be in the mood to dance and just try something new. Like I get really amped up when I'm going to do something new for the first time.
Right.
It's exciting. So this will be, I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something else, though. Let's talk about something else.
So when you came in, I was playing some vinyl for you.
Yeah, you were at what's the store that you went to?
I went to Vintage Vinyl.
Vintage Vinyl.
In Regina.
What did you buy?
I bought, don't judge me, everybody out there. I bought some Doobie Brothers, Dire Straits, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, and Jay Ferguson. Yeah, so I'm slowly building a collection, and every time I go to the city and go, I usually buy like 4 or 5 records, and it's always like a different musical genre that I try to.
Really, it seems like it's all kind of the same.
Well, next time I go, I want 70s like funk music, like pre-hip hop. So I've been getting really into funk music, and then I'm watching this hip hop evolution documentary, and the first 3 or 4 episodes is kind of how hip hop started and where it started. It started in the Bronx, and hip hop, funk and disco were kind of the precursors to hip hop. Mm-hmm. And just how all the hip hop right at the start was very like flashy and flamboyant, and everybody's wearing all these the big chains and like leather outfits and just like looking like they're disco people, right?
Yeah.
But then it was Run DMC that changed the game, and they're like, no, we're just gonna wear Adidas sneakers and tracksuits because that's what we wear in the hood, right? So it's really cool. So I'm getting really into that genre of music. Lots of hip hop. Oh, did you finally watch the halftime show?
I did. I watched it the next morning.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it while it was live because I was watching Encanto with my little boy, and he was singing.
And that's his favorite movie.
And that's his favorite movie, and he loves to sing all the words, and he knows all the words, and he was putting on a performance, and I would rather watch that.
Right.
So I watched it the next morning while I had coffee and watched the sunrise.
And did it blow your mind?
It was pretty good.
Oh, when you see it, did you watch it on your phone?
Yeah. Oh. I know.
You got to see it on a big screen.
Yeah.
And so at Brett's house where he's got an 85-inch TV.
Oh yeah.
And he's got surround, or he's got 2 big speakers. They're not surround sound, but he's got 2 big speakers. And we cranked it up, and it was weird because it wasn't dark, right? Usually Super Bowl is in the evening.
Yeah.
And there's more of a light show and stuff like that, but it wasn't dark.
Yeah.
And it was all Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. It was just them doing their thing. There was no lights or flash. It was just like a white stage, and it was just such a throwback to our childhood.
Well, it wasn't just a white stage. There was tons of dancers.
Well, there was
like
dancers.
the stairs and the apartments.
But there wasn't the light show and the fireworks and, all that type of glamour type of stuff. But it was like when Dr. Dre at the start, when he's sitting at his mixing table and it's coming up and he's just there, and then he just stands up to the crowd and everybody's he grabs a mic and he starts what was the first song? It wasn't Forgot About Dre. I forget what one it was.
I don't know.
Still Dre.
I liked when he sat at the piano and he's
yeah,
that was good.
Eminem was cool when he got it. Kendrick Lamar was weird that Kendrick Lamar was in that group of people because he's very new age, right?
Yeah, but they probably had to.
But it was
include
his part was very cool too. I just just the boxes and all the black guys with the white hair. They had all that dyed hair.
Okay, so
and they were all doing their thing.
At what point do you think that these old rappers are gonna be too old and not being performing anymore?
I think Snoop Dogg will perform till the day he dies.
Yeah, for sure. But he never even seems any older.
And he's starting to get a little salty.
But it's
on the top.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, like, it's not like he does a bunch of dance moves or a bunch of like Mary J. Blige is out there still trying to keep up with the young girls.
Yeah,
a little
she
bit.
She looked good.
She did. But I mean,
how about 50 Cent hanging from the roof?
Okay, but I noticed like he got a lot of splashback about being a little overweight, a little chubbier than he was when he was in his prime. But like, why?
He just looked a little like he was so cut in his prime. Like he just looks like a 50-year-old man now.
I know, right? But like, don't you think people made fun of him a lot?
Yeah. It was like,
they were like fat shaming 50 Cent.
There was memes of him like Homer Simpson hanging from his door frame. It's like even the Simpsons predicted the halftime show.
Okay, but also I noticed the types of people who were sharing memes like that are all like overweight old men. Yeah. Like, okay, I'd still take 50 over you any day.
Oh yeah, he looked good. Yeah. He still looks good. He looks jacked. He's just looked a little bloated. He probably had some pasta the night before.
He's probably got a heavy flow.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was I was talking to Pat about it at work the other day because Pat's an older guy. Right? He's not a big hip hop guy.
Yeah.
He's like, so what do you think of the halftime show? And I said, Pat, best halftime show I've ever seen in my life. He's like, what? He's like, it was good, but was it? He's like, it wasn't the best. I'm like, what do you think was the best? He liked the Lady Gaga one.
Really?
He's Lady Gaga was. I said, you know what? This is my top 3. That one, just because it hit home to me so much. Like that was growing up from grade 11 to through university. Mm-hmm. Like that was my shit. Mm-hmm. So that, and then Prince was number 2, and then Lady Gaga was number 3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go back and watch the Prince one. I think it was 2007.
I should have.
Like Super Bowl 41 or something like that. Oh my God, he crushed it. That man can play the guitar. He might be one of the greatest he doesn't get any credit like on the lists of greatest guitar players of all time, but that man can shred. Mm-hmm. And just his showmanship and what he does with that instrument is just, it'll blow your mind. It blows my mind every single time.
Everything about, you know what blows my mind so much about Prince? His confidence.
Yeah.
Because he's actually like I don't know. I don't know if I ever watched a documentary, but if I did, I don't remember. But I don't know what his story was coming up. But he's like a little dude. He's a tiny little guy. He was a tiny little guy. Mm-hmm. But he was like very fashion forward. He did a bunch of, are you Googling him right now?
There was a band that he was in when he started. He was in like a funk band. I just want to know what it was.
He was up and coming like in the 80s, right?
It was 70s, I think.
Was it?
I think so. Prince, keep going.
I forget what I was going to say.
Why you like Prince is his confidence.
His confidence. And he's just sexy because of it, you know?
Yeah. Oh,
and any guy that sings in that high voice, there's something about it I like. Like lately that's been on my shower music playlist in the morning. Kiss by Prince.
Kiss by Prince.
And almost the whole thing is that high voice.
Yeah.
What are you finding on there?
Maybe he's not in. So there, you know that song, Oh Sheila? Is that Prince?
I don't know.
Ready for the world. Ready?
I don't know.
I could be swinging and missing here. Who is in Ready for the World? Because that's an old band.
I don't know. I'm getting bored with this conversation.
Sorry. thought you were talking about Prince. No, he wasn't in that. Okay, my bad. Anyways, the guy can shred. Go back because it was in Minnesota, and that's where he's from, right? So I think the whole it wasn't the whole city, but the whole stadium, the outside, they turned purple when he played Purple Rain at the end.
Purple Rain is my
whole
favorite.
And maybe even like the whole block. I think it's been a while since I watched it.
I love that song.
It's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, good stuff. But yeah, that halftime show. The game was good.
Who won?
The Rams.
So did you lose money?
I won some money.
You did.
I won some money.
A little bit?
Just a little bit.
How much?
A little bit. Can't ask a gambler how much money you won.
50 cents.
Yeah, 50 cents. Yeah, no, I won a little bit of money on the Super Bowl. So it was good. It was a good game. It was 23-20. But the halftime show
Killed it.
That's what made me.
Right on.
Yeah.
I did not get that excited about it, but the whole world did.
Yeah. What else is going on? Do you get any plans for your week off?
No.
We've kind of talked about that.
No, because it's supposed to be so cold. I wanted to go skiing. I wanted to go sliding. I wanted to go hang out at the farm, skating on the outdoor rink, maybe. Fun stuff with the kids.
You got the kids all week? Mm-hmm. We should. I want to go to Valley Village with you.
You do? I know. We said we were going to go to the city.
Let's do
because we're going to go pick up our camera.
Yeah.
We might have to take the kids with us because Mercedes has been begging me to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're annoying in Valley Village. Although if you're there, they'll have fun.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Get Jet to pick out your outfits.
That'd be great. Like, okay, it'll be like, okay, I want to take in like $300. Let's go.
$300 in Valley Village.
Yeah.
Hey, I spent $250 last time I was there, and I got so much shit. Yeah, it was a good deal. Okay, well, we're going to Valley Village then.
Valley Village. Oh yeah, they got the whole week off, don't they? The kids. I wonder if they're gonna, because usually, no families have a bunch of big holidays planned for this week.
They don't. Most families do, don't they?
Like this year, I don't know. You're at the school. There's a bunch of kids going away, going skiing, going.
Yeah.
Nobody's going.
Lots of people have been doing lots of things. Lots of people are still going on hot vacations.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to be slowing a whole bunch of people down.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad.
It's more the weather that's effing with everything.
You got to get out of this goddamn place.
I know.
Isn't it?
I know my face just hurts from the cold. Like everything just hurts.
I know we talk about the weather a lot on this show.
Well, that's all there is.
But the weather this winter has been fucking ridiculous.
Well, at this point, it's just comical.
Yeah.
Like at this point, people complain. And it's like, well, fuck. What else are you gonna do? You gotta wake up every day and still go on with your life. So you might as well feel good about it. Like you might as well not keep telling yourself how shitty it is. Like, what's the point of that? What I've been trying to do is notice positive things. Like in the morning now, when I get to work, sometimes the sun is starting to. You can see a little bit of the sunrise.
You sent me that picture the other day.
Yeah.
Of the sunrise.
Yeah.
That was a nice picture.
I know.
Because your window faces the west. Mm-hmm. And there's not a lot of houses in this town where their window faces the west.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's my little den. That's where I sit and get zen and meditate and have my coffee and do my cards and write and do all my fun stuff.
Yeah, you've got a very unique home.
I was looking at the moon the other night. I sent you that.
Yeah, that was wild too.
Yeah, the full moon.
So what was that, Wednesday?
I think it was Wednesday night.
Yeah. So on a full moon. Okay, you're into that type of thing.
Yeah.
What's the significance of a full moon?
It is all about endings and releasing old energy, bringing things to the surface that need to be dealt with so you can move on to new beginnings. And so a lot of people who believe in this kind of stuff on a full moon, and like myself and people I know, like to do releasing ceremonies, or if you don't want to get that witchy about it, like my sister would say,
witchy.
Like, quit being witchy. It's just a good time for contemplation, about things that you've been dealing with in your life and how to bring them to a close or resolution on things. And I think it's a good thing for everybody to do. But the significance of the moon being like that, like it is actually, the moon is just like it changes the tides because we're 90 or 80% water or whatever it is. It also changes our emotions and brings things to the surface and things that need to be dealt with and things that are hidden. It brings them all to the surface.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Because this year, I really haven't been paying attention much to full moons. But last year, because the winter was so beautiful, like it was like February, it was like plus or -5 the whole month of February last year.
How do you remember that?
I just remember because I've walked more last winter than I've like just going out for walks.
Oh, did you?
I walked more last winter than I ever did in my life. And I remember being out on a full moon, like how it was just so weird.
It's weird,
especially in the wintertime
when
because
it's really bright. Yeah, and
because of
it
the
looks
snow.
like daylight, and you can see for miles.
It's wild.
I know, it is weird.
It's so
like even last night in my bedroom, I could see everything. It was so bright in there.
Yeah,
and it's kind of cool.
It's very cool. Yeah, when there's no wind, it's like -5, -10, full moon. That's like the best time to go for a walk.
Yeah, although fuck off winter already.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I do not walk outside in the winter. I don't run outside. I don't do anything outside but go from my house to my vehicle, to my job, to my vehicle, to the grocery store. I am not an outdoor winter person.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are.
We proved that on the ski hill the other day when we spent most of the time in the chalet.
I'm cold. I think we were both saying that.
Yeah. It wasn't too hard to convince each other to go inside.
Yeah. We're both trying to be tough. It's like, you good? Yeah, I'm good. We'll do a couple more runs.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, me too. It's like, no, I don't want to do it anymore.
No, that's enough.
Because it was like -28.
I could take it until the snow started pelting me in the eyeballs on the way down the hill. Then it was that I couldn't do that anymore.
We also live in the prairies too. When you're out in the mountains, if it's -20 and the snow is falling and there's no wind because you're on a mountain and the wind's blowing from the other side of the mountain, so you don't feel anything. It's amazing.
I'm like dying to go skiing in the mountains because I love Wapiti and I love the fact that we have such close access. You can rip up there in half an hour and go for a ski. However, I would love to have more than 30-second ride down the hill. Yeah. And just seeing the mountains, like when you're out there skiing, like how long does it take to get down a regular run?
It takes 20 minutes to half an hour.
Yeah, like that would be
like
beautiful.
to get from the top of the mountain to the bottom of that. Like each run takes I don't know, a few minutes to go. Like if you're ripping down a run. But the thing with the mountains is you take 3 chairlifts to the top of the mountain, you go down one run, and then you ski over and go down another run, ski over, go down another. Like you might go down 4 or 5 runs to get to the bottom, and then you're exhausted and you want to go in for a beer, then you do that. But going out, like the whole trip is just, it's fun because you're just jacked up to go. Yeah. So you're like, okay, we got a 12-hour drive. And the drive out there is always the best.
Yeah.
Because you're always like thinking, okay, you get a couple beers or something. And then we got to stop in Calgary and get groceries. Oh, yeah. So you stop at Calgary, get your groceries, you get more booze. And then you go out there and you get there. And it's usually night when you get there. And it's always snowing. So it's snowing. And you can't see the mountain. So then you get in there and you get settled in your cabin, and then you wake up in the morning and the sun's shining and it's beautiful, and you're like, let's go skiing.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
And you're there already.
Oh, I want to do that. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
It's got to be living in Canada. How could I not have done that yet?
Yeah, it's
normally because I hibernate in the winter.
Especially when you go with a bunch of people that love to ski and snowboard.
Yeah.
Like when then it's everybody's excited.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would like to take my kids too. I think that because they really love skiing.
Yeah.
They have a good time. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Well,
it's fun. Well, I don't know what we're listening to.
I don't either. Well, let's wrap it up.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. So next time we go, Are we gonna go live?
I don't think we're gonna go live.
We're not
No.
gonna go live.
The next podcast we do will be next Friday with Kelly Taylor.
But it won't be live, so you're gonna have to check out the YouTube channel to watch it.
Yeah.
And I think we should video us our routines, our comedy set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to get it on video. And then if there's any funny part, we can cut that tiny little funny part.
Yeah.
And put it up for people to see.
Okay.
All right.
Perfect.
Sounds good. Well,
see you later, everybody.
This one?
Yep.
Hey, it's Andrea Luce! Official!